Hello there, it has come time to select the next class that I play in Trove. I already play the Gunslinger, and I've had a blast on the Gunslinger so far, but what I'm looking for this time around is a completely different angle on things. The Gunslinger is ranged, I'm looking for something close up, close combat. The Gunslinger has high damage and high mobility. Now, I'm still a fan of mobility, but I'm also looking for something that could tank, perhaps, or a different form of mobility, meaning you get in, you get out. Something like an assassin. So tanky or assassin in nature, and something that is melee close combat. These are the characteristics I'm looking for in my next Trove class. The next thing I want to do with this new class is, whenever I have a question about the game, as I have had so many on my Gunslinger being a new Trovian and all, I would like to try to answer that question. So the question that I bring you today is, what class should I play? Which class am I going to pick based on what I want to do? Still looking for something with a little bit of mobility, tanky, melee, ninja, assassin, whatever it takes, my friend. Dimo Tamer is the first one on the list. Let's take a look here. Unleash 65 million years of fury as the Dino Tamer. Once you've trapped your prey, sick your prehistoric partners on them and watch as they go extinct. Curious indeed. For this character selection, I suppose, class selection we'll call it, I'm going to use this online resource at tryandworlds.com/trove/game/classes, okay? And I'm going to take a look at the classes, take a look at their abilities, and judge if it looks like something I'll be interested in off of that. Last time I did this, I used in-game description of the classes, and while that worked for my current level, at the time, which was having no experience in Trove at all, now I'm a little bit smarter and a little bit wiser. So the clever snare. Smart, wise, and clever, you say. Tally-ho, start the hunt off right by trapping your prey under this super sticky net. Dino buddy, come here Rex, toss out a juicy treat and call one of your prehistoric pals to join the hunt. And ultimate Dino mount. Saddle up and terrorize the multiverse from the back of your Cretaceous carnivore that fills you with prehistoric power. My friend, let's see, I'll give this one a 5. Just starting the first one out, 5 out of 10. In terms of interest to me, this is not any sort of how good is the class. I don't know that much about Trove, man. I've just been playing, I think I have just about 20 hours of game time on a Gunslinger. One class, one fun, one love. New year, new me. Alright, that is the Dino Tamer at a 5 out of 10. In terms of interest for me, the Chloromancer is next. The Chloromancer is no garden variety mage, no. Imbued with flower power, a rhyming scheme that I can support, this helpful healer nips opposition in the bud while keeping friends feeling fresh as daisies. Helpful healer, I just smacked my desk in the noggin. That was gonna come up on the recording, but that's okay. Helpful healer means this is likely a supportive type character. This does not fit what I'm looking for, but I will read the abilities nonetheless. Leafy Lasher, plant flowers that snare and attack enemies once they've blossomed. Heal the little bud to speed up its growth. I see, okay, a little bit of healing, a little bit of controllable minion, perhaps. Blooming Pollinator, keep your allies feeling fresh as daisies. Fresh as daisies? You said fresh as daisies up here, my friend. Come on, use a thesaurus. With healing herbs that grow over time. I see, so this is the healing ability that heals your allies. Once the plants reach full strength, they'll explode in a burst of pollen, damaging all enemies. So it's a multifaceted ability in that it heals your team and damages enemies in the area. Ultimate Sow Chaos. Unleash the full extent of your flower power by sowing the seeds of destruction everywhere. Sap your enemy's health and heal your friends with a battlefield of magical blooms. So this sounds kind of just like a extremely powerful blooming pollinator, healing your friends and damaging enemies. I don't know. For me, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 10, because it doesn't fit what I'm looking for. I don't see anything about mobility. I don't see anything about assassinating the enemy, getting in, doing a ton of damage, and then getting out. I don't see anything about tanking up the squadron, as they say. So this is a 3.5 out of 10 for me. Next is the Revenant. Right off the bat, I like the name. Now, I am but a simple Trovian, so a good name for me? That's sometimes enough to make it work. Rise as the Revenant. A spear-wielding, shield-bashing, spectral suit of armor. Sacrifice health to damage foes and protect your allies from harm. Let's see here. Spear wielding, sounds good. Close range combat, I like it. Shield bashing, a tank, I can dig it. Spectral suit of armor, very tanky, very nice. Sacrificing health to damage foes and protect your allies from harms, though, makes it seem like this is some sort of supportive tank, and I'm really not in the business of being supportive, you know? I'm basically being supported really heavily on my Gunslinger right now because I can hardly solo any dungeon in the Ubers that I can get into, so I'd like to be able to solo some dungeons. Anyway, alright, the abilities are Bulwark Bash, Shield Slam your enemies into submission and force them to focus their attacks on you. That doesn't do anything in my mind. It doesn't do it, it just keeps your carries safe, as they say. I don't know, what's a carry called in Trove? It keeps your damage dealers safe, okay? And I'm trying to solo dungeons here, so there's gonna be nobody that I have to keep safe other than myself. So for all intents and purposes, for what I'm trying to do here in soloing dungeons, this ability does nothing. Spirit Spears. Summon ghostly spears from the spirit realm to attack your foes, but beware, you'll need to sacrifice your own blood to cast it. Curious indeed, another another health-based, I suppose, tank supportive healer, kind of along the lines of the Chloromancer here. I'm not quite feeling this, but I'm prepared to read the ultimate. The Spirit Storm. Exchange health to channel a whirling vortex of explosive spirit energy that draws in and damages foes, while also healing friends. That sounds a whole heck of a lot like the Chloromancer's ultimate, dude. You know what? I'm gonna give this guy a 3.6, okay? A little bit higher than the Chloromancer, but they sound kind of similar. So I give it the extra 0.1 because it's tanky, and you know what? Tanky was on my list, but let's keep looking around. So far, the best is the Dimo Tamer. Now, we have the Lunar Lancer. The Lunar Lancer is a fearless fox. God dang it, I scrolled up. The Lunar Lancer is a fearless fox, blessed by the moon. Every foe under the stars will tremble at the sight of his swift grappling spear and nimble feet. That sounds good to me, dude. Nimble feet, there's the mobility I'm looking for. The grappling spear, there's the close range combat I'm looking for. And foxes are cool. And the moon is cool, you know? Nature, or something, I don't know. Grappling Spear. Cast your Grappling Spear into buildings, mountains, or enemies and leap to that location with an explosive bang. Crescent Combo. Knock your enemy skyward with a fearsome 1-2 combo that'll leave them seeing stars. Huh. Okay, so that would appear to be some sort of stun ability. Curious indeed. Curious indeed. Ultimate Blessing of the Moon. Summon a celestial spear that damages enemies and regenerates health and energy for allies. In lunatic form, this blessing will send meteors down from the sky for additional damage. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the ultimate ability is supposed to be the ability that makes you realize your power as the character that you've chosen. The class that you are playing will have your best moments in its ultimate ability. That being said, this class's ultimate ability also regenerates health and energy for allies. I'm trying to solo dungeons here, so while it does look appealing with being a spear fox, being a moon fox, and being a nimble spear fox moon, I'm gonna give this class a 5.1 out of 10.1. Okay, on to the next. The Tomb Raiser. Steal health from foes to fortify your macabre skeletons. Yes, your macabre skeletons. You heard that right. Or sacrifice your skeletal subordinates to create a gargantuan grave golem. Either way, this nefarious necromancer is bad to the bone. This summer, experience the Bone Tourage. Spawn a skeletal minion that will fight by your side until your enemies are dust. Curious indeed. What I'm looking for in a class, I'm kind of learning a little bit about myself here as I'm reading through these class descriptions. Another thing I'm looking for is I want to do everything on my own, you know, I want to solo the dungeons and I want to have all my abilities be something that I'm doing. So abilities that summon things that help me or fight for me, or the power is in the thing that I summon and then once I've summoned it, it does its own thing and I just do whatever. That is not appealing to me. So, Bone Tourage, how about this? Bone Tournage, because I'm not gonna do it. Or I might, we'll see. If the other two abilities are good, then you never know, right? Alright, Banshee's Boon. Use a soul to step into shadow and channel energies from the afterlife to heal your minions. So this just helps out the minions. It's two abilities that combine to help out minions. This class is not looking good, but the Grave Golem might be able to say, oh, ultimate ability. Construct a monstrous minion from the bones of your skeletal subordinates. The more skellies you sacrifice, the larger the burly brute will be. This is not up my alley at all. All the abilities relate to summoning things that help you out in battle. I want to do the battling on my own. So thank you very much, but I will give this class a 2.997 out of 9.972. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. The Boomeranger. The Boomeranger, pronounced Boom-Ranger. Right after that description, dude, I'm already thinking for this class, you know what I mean? Is a true jack of all trades. I like that term, so here we go. Pick your bow, blade, bomb, or boomerang as needed. Boomerang! Catch the boomerang when it returns, and reduce the cooldowns on all your abilities. Sort of a supportive ability. Doesn't really feel like an ability all on its own, but we'll just see. Big Bomb. While words and kindness can solve some problems, others are best approached with a bomb. A big bomb. I found that mining has been better approached by a bomb as well. The bombs tend to get ore a lot faster than I do, even with a lot of lasermancy at that. So, then again, I'm not feeling it. But maybe I am at the same time. You never know. You never know these days. It's all a massive trick, isn't it now, matey? Ultimate Mysterious Urn. It could contain rare crystals to restore your health. A pasta of explosives to defeat your enemies, or something altogether different. Now, I imagine it can't be anything in the game or along the lines of that, any large amount of things. I imagine somewhere out there on the great world wide web, there is a list of things that you can get from the Boomeranger Ultimate, but I'm going based on just this one thing, just these ability descriptions, okay? And based on what I see, I'm imagining that it has this health restoration or an explosive or maybe a couple other things. And to be quite frank, they sound like supportive abilities. I want an ultimate that turns me as a Boomeranger into a beast Boomeranger, dude. Like, I want an explosion of boomerangs to come out of my spirit, and I want it to attack everything. I want it to bounce from enemy to enemy, and I want it to come back to me, and every time it hits me, it gains speed and power, and it grows in size. That's not what I'm getting from the Mysterious Urn, to be quite frank with you. So I'm going to give the Boomeranger, I should say, I'm going to give the Boomeranger a 5.9.1 out of 10. And a 1 out of 10 for pronounceability of name. Okay? How does that sound? It sounds good to me, matey. And that being said, the pirate captain, when ye tired of life as a land lover, arm yeself with parrot plunder and cannon, then set sail as master and commander of the salty seas. Abilities. I like pirates. I really like pirates, so it's already sounding good to me. First mate, load a cannon for your trusty parrot and let the enemies taste its lead. Well, I give myself a 1 out of 10 for being able to read so far on the pirate captain, but I give the ability also a 1 out of 10, because I'm not looking to have my parrot do the fighting, I'm looking to have me do the fighting. Then again, who knows how the class could work out. I do like the parrot art, it is very colorful, so that's a bonus point. I'll say 2 out of 10 so far. Pretend pirate, strap a bomb to your bilge rat and send him out to distract your foes. A blast will be had by all. Well, this again looks like I am sending out a thing that I summon, and that thing does something, and then I don't have that ability to do something as on my own. So I'm going to give this ability another low rating, but whatever that number may be, we just don't know at the moment. Ultimate Man-O-War. When you need to keen-haul your foes, just light the fuse of your Man-O-War and watch it turn them to chum. Yum. So this looks like you summon a thing that explodes. Again, I'm not looking for summonables. While it might work for you, to me, this class is a 2.9 out of 10, but the fact that it's a pirate, I'm gonna bring it up to a 3.9 out of 10, a whole entire point just for being a pirate. Let's take a look at the Shadow Hunter. Right off the bat, the name is very close to what I'm looking for, dude. You have this assassination potential from the shadows. You have this high damage get out potential of the hunter. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to hear. Bonus 0.1 points for using arrows, my friend, because I do like bow people, as they say. People who use bows. Is that the phrase? I hope it is, because if it's not, it is now. Stalk your prey with a deadly bow, razor, sharp arrows, and a whispering crystal that can see through walls. It's shadow season, and you're master of the hunt. Radiant arrow. Fire a... That is not a word. This has never been a word, and it will never be a word. 0 out of 10 for using words. Fire a shot that pierces through walls and other enemies. That's good. I can deal with that. It's something that I do. Excellent. Oh, wait a second. It's long-ranged. Huh. We may have to think about this for a second. Sun Snare, set a trap that dazzles your foes with a luminous flare, knocking them senseless for a short time. A supportive ability that stuns enemies, is that correct? Well, you summon something, and then that thing stuns enemies, so I'm not too fond of that. But you never know, my friend, you never know. Ultimate Arrow of the Goddess. Mark all nearby enemies and let fly with a radiant arrow touched by the goddess herself. So right off the bat, I'm not getting an assassin feel, I'm not getting a hunter feel so much, I'm just getting sort of an archer feel, a supportive archer type. Let's see. Now, I should point out at this point that these classes could be absolutely different than what I am experiencing them as here. I'm just reading the abilities and giving my impressions. That's it. No more. But I will give the Shadow Hunter a 6.4 out of 64. How does that sound to you? Sounds okay to me. The Ice Sage. I should have mentioned this at the start. I will also take a Magician, and I can have a bet by looking at this staff and looking at this name that this might just be an Ice Magician. And I can support that. I do like elemental effects as well, so this could be a thing, believe it or not. A thing that approached from the shadows in a way that the Shadow Hunter could not. Call forth freezing magic, wield wintry powers, and watch as your enemies fall before the Ice Sage's biting chill. There is no cooler caster in all of Trove. Ice Crash, conjure and release an enormous icicle high above your enemies. Then watch as they are caught in its deadly descent. Seems okay. Seems okay. I like the ice theme. Frozen Ward. This powerful magic completely absorbs the next incoming attack. That is a beautiful sentence, dude. It has such a nice cadence. This powerful magic completely absorbs the next incoming attack. Your icy immunity also imbues you with a speed boost. Well, like, nah. Alright, the first one's better, but the second one's pretty good. And besides, we're not judging how well it works in poetry. We're judging how well the ability works as a Trovian, as a master of Trove itself, which I am not, but that is okay. Okay. So this is an ability that is a defensive ability and supports yourself, which is good for soloing dungeons because you need to be able to support yourself. I wonder if you can cast it on an ally, though. I'd be curious to find out. Your icy immunity also imbues you with a speed boost while active. Okay, so this is something where I will, if I am unable to dodge a powerful attack, the ability will be useful. So if I am unskilled, the ability is useful. Okay? But I'm the most skilled Trovian in all the land, so you can guarantee that this ability is not useful, and you can also guarantee that I will never use it. And if I do never use it, you can absolutely guarantee that I'm going to die a lot, over and over, again and again, death after death, losing all the magic find that I could possibly find. And is that okay? Maybe. Because I do like the thought of an ice-themed mage. The ultimate is the Big Chill. Explode in an intense, focused blast of frigid magic, freezing and damaging enemies caught in your wintry wake. I like that. I'm going to give the Ice Sage, aka the Ice Mage, a 7 out of 11. The Candy Barbarian is a powerful melee combatant whose sugar-inspired rage fuels a wide variety of special attacks. Okay, looks kind of bruiser-ish, you know, a little bit of offense, a little bit of defense, and melee. Very interesting. Vanilla Swirlwind. Vanilla is one of my favorite flavors right off the bat. 1,000 bonus points to Gryffindor. How's that? Spin like a cotton candy machine gone berserk, striking all enemies within range. Alright. That's me doing something. I can support that. It's melee, I can support that, you know. Sugar Crash, launch into the air and crash down on your target with devastating force. I like it. I'm doing something. I'm being melee. I got mobility, launch into the air. I'm assuming that you could use that for just traveling as well. Seems pretty good to me. The ultimate is Ice Crom Cone. Yes, that's right. You thought it might be ice cream, but no, ice cream is copyrighted, dude. You can't just say ice cream and get away with it. No, they're gonna, the Shadow Hunters are gonna come for you, dude. They're going to make you regret ever thinking for a second that you could even think about ice cream. If you're thinking about ice cream right now, it's too late. I'm sorry, but it's too late. But maybe we should read what the ability does. Okay. Pull together, Arcane Acorn. You can do this. You've done this before. You've done this multiple times. Actually, you've never read through class abilities before, but come on, you got this. Come on, believe in yourself, dude. You could do anything. All right, 3, 2, 1, and action. Invoke the powers of Ice Crom, god of all things candy, into waylay your foes with an exploding ice cream cone of terror. Seems cool. I remember that I mistook this ice cream cone for a meteorite early in my Trovian career. Right off the bat, I'm going to give the Candy Barbarian a 6.9 out of 10 out of 10. The Neon Ninja spread terror from the shadows and the light as a neon ninja. Hurl shurikens and backstab foes, then flip away as you drop into stealth. This is exactly what I expect to read when I think of an assassin. Things are really looking good. The Shadow Flip, vanish as quickly as you appeared, with an arcing backflip, stealth, and speed boost. They don't stand a chance. So it doesn't really do any damage, but it is an ability move that seems useful. I don't know how it will interact with enemies if I'm the only person soloing a dungeon. You know, if the enemies like de-aggro and regenerate their health, that might be a bad thing, but it sounds okay. The Stasis Blade, or Stasis Blade, or Stasis Blade, or Stasis Blade, or Blade. The Stasis Blade. Move through your enemies as the wind moves through reeds, rooting all targets in your path. I like the way that is written. I do enjoy nature, and I do enjoy that sort of rooting all targets in your path ability. Again, a supportive ability, though. Curious indeed. So 2 supportive abilities that do not do damage. Curious that you would have an assassin who doesn't do damage, but maybe the ultimate makes up for it. It sounds like it might, based on the name. Mark of Death. Gosh dang it. If you work in an office with a guy named Mark, just beware, okay? Because if he plays the, what is it called? If he plays the Neon Ninja, then he might be the Mark of Death. This deadly technique, taught by the Master Ninja himself, imbues your weapon with the power of 1,000 fists. So I can only imagine that makes every attack I do 1,000 times more powerful. And that is how the assassin makes up for having 2 abilities that don't do damage, 2 sort of supportive class abilities. Overall, it's looking pretty zesty, dude. Like I'm saying, one of the main things I was looking for is assassination potential, and this is the epitome of that. So I'm going to give the Neon Ninja an 8 out of 8 out of 8. And that sounds great. That's what I'd rate the Neon Ninja. Okay, the Dracolyte, this staff-wielding engine, a mage, I can support that, of destruction, is armed to the teeth with draconic magic, infernal might, and 1 deadly, adorable dragon sidekick. That's where the dragons are from, dude. I've seen these baby dragons all over the place, and I have wanted one for literally 1 trillion years. I've only been alive half that time, so that just goes to say how much I've really wanted a baby dragon. Maybe I can have a baby dragon in real life, and that'll be my Dracolyte fantasy. Alright, Spitfire, your baby dragon unleashes a mouthful of flame, or maybe just a puff of smoke. I wonder if that's just artistic flair in the writing of the abilities, or I wonder if the ability can actually fail some of the time, and it makes up for that by being stronger than normal the times that it succeeds. Curious indeed. Sounds interesting, but sounds like if the ability does fail at a time where you need it to really work, you could be in a bit of a sticky wicket. Burnt Offspring, gift your enemies with explosive dragon idols. Bombs away. There's a lot of bomb theme going on here. I don't know if I just like throwing a bomb. You know? But, you know, could be your thing. Maybe it's not my thing, but that's okay. Everyone has their own thing. Ultimate Avatar of Flame, transform into a mighty dragon with volcanic strength. Raw. I'm not too into transforming things, you know, things that just give you overall stat boosts in a variety of areas. That's my experience with transformation in games, after all. Having ultimate transformations is that you just look different, maybe you look bigger, and then you move faster, you attack faster and harder, and maybe your abilities hit harder as well. So it's not my thing. I'm going to give the Dracolyte a dragon out of Double Dragon. Sounds good to you? Sounds good to me. The Fae Trickster. Immediately, by looking at it, looks like a supportive mage, but we'll see. A Master of Illusion. Sounds good. I take it all back. Looks like a ninja assassin. And the ultimate prankster, the Fae Trickster, is ready to beguile and charm your foes to death. Glitter Bomb. Share the love and carnage with explosive fairy dust disco balls. Sounds fancy, but I don't know. I'd have to see how it works in game, to be quite frank. So that's a wild card ability right there, the Glitter Bomb. Blink. Summon an illusory clone to deceive foes while you teleport ahead. Curious indeed. I dare say. Seems to be supportive. Seems to summon something that does stuff while you do other stuff. And I'm not on sharing the power with a summonable, as we know. Ultimate, fairy dance, conjured staves smite your enemies while distracting them from the real danger. I'm not about summoning things that do stuff while I do other stuff. Summoning things and then the summoned things just do... They share the power and an ability. I'm not about that. So the Fae Trickster, I'm going to give a 3 out of 5. Gunslinger. I play this class, but I will read it just for fun, because I've never actually read this. When you're armed with 6-shooter, stirrups, and rakishly angled height, the possibilities are nearly endless, and endlessly handsome. Charge shot. Turn your pistols into plasma guns. Just hold down the trigger for a smidge. Just hold down the trigger for a smidge, man. Come on, man. You can do it. Alright. Blast jump. Propel yourself into the wild blue yonder by shooting your feet. Ultimate, running gun. God, I'm scrolling down. Why am I scrolling? Okay, the ultimate is running gun. Cut down your foes with a burst of bullets and speed. Sounds good. I already do it though, because I've already got a gunslinger. I'm looking for the new, best, new, big, most fun, amazing class thing that I could ever possibly have. And the knight, I'm imagining, is the all-around, just good class. So you know what? That would work. But not for what I'm looking for. Let me read about it though. If you seek truth, justice, and a finely chiseled jaw, unsheath your sword as a stalwart knight. Gleaming armor and pointed sword have never looked this square. Smash, crush cowardly enemies beneath your weapon of choice. Curious indeed, do you actually have different ways that you could smash them? Can you pick? Does it cycle through a variety of ways, like you smash it with a battle axe, and then the next cast you smash it with a longsword, and the next cast you smash it with a mace? I don't know. I'd have to see how the ability works. Charge. Lunge through the heart of the opposition. That's nice, just a fairly standard mobility move, very nice to have on a class like this, which is just melee and not high mobility. This gives it the much needed ability that I imagine it needs. Have I been saying ability or obility when I really mean to say mobility? I don't know. Ultimate, Iron Will, heal your knightly body and shield it from harm. So just an overall defensive boost. Seems good. It seems like the knight would be one of the best classes at soloing dungeons, and that's one of the top things on my list, to be quite frank. But I'm looking for something more along the lines of an assassin, and for that, you know that we got this. No. You know that we got... No. You know that... No. You know that we got this. No. You know that we got this. The Neon Ninja. This is the class that I'm going to pick. It is a highly mobile, highly elusive assassin that marks enemies for death. This is the class I'm going for next. Let it be written, and let it be said, and let it be spoken, and let him be dead, because I'm gonna kill some enemies. Hopefully this helped you out in some way answer the question, which is the best class for me. I know it's just ability descriptions, but, you know, it might help someone out. It might help someone see, you know, maybe they're looking for a tank, and now they know which classes are tanky. So that's good. You can read these for yourself at tryandworlds.com/trove/game/classes. The link will be in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, where we will be playing, for the first time ever, documented in live high definition 1080p, 1440p, 9000p, 9001p, the Neon Ninja class on the Arcane Acorn 99.99.99 AM to the FM in the PM morning radio talk show hour YouTube video channel. Thank you for watching. I need an outro, dude. What is this? Holy macaroni and holy cheese.